Listen, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have to say that everybody's secret weapons pretty much flipped on them in this episode. Hey guys, thanks for clicking on the video. Look, this is my review for part 2 of the reunion for season 14 for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I have to be honest, this was pretty lackluster. It was, you'll have that. Like there's going to be some stuff that's okay, and then there's some stuff that's like, oh. But truly, in this episode, we had 2 big reveal moments where it was like, oh, wow, the secret weapon kind of came out, and the secret weapon kind of turned on people and had them looking a fool. I said, well, that was the most interesting part. So let me just quickly run through this stuff because it really is not much to talk about. This was boring. For all intents and purposes, it was kind of boring. It really was. Listen, it is what it is. I love y'all, but it was what it was. Now, okay, let's start here. Kenya and Marlo. The Kenya and Marlo thing can get real tired real quick. The Kenya and Candy thing, no, I'm sorry, not Kenya and Candy. Marlo and Candy is a little more entertaining because you just never know when Candy's going to pop. We've been waiting all season for Candy to just snap out. So that's a little more entertaining. But the Kenya and Marlo thing, I was so over it halfway through the season that they just, I don't know. And Marlo, this whole, what Marlo's giving on the reunion, I'm tired of it. Like, it just seems so fake to me. Now you've raised all kind of hell all season, and now it's this, everybody feels sorry for me. Look, I'm opening up. Look, I'm showing myself, all that. Well, Kenya called her out on it. She's like, thanks for letting me open up. And I was like, whew, I'm glad we're done with that, possibly. Kenya said, honey, it's called damage control. I said, oh, Kenya. And so the back of them keep going. And Marlo leaned over and said, it's called evil bitch. I said, oh my. And Andy said, well, when she was opening up, Kenya, I saw you. It looked like you teared up a bit and you asked for a tissue. She said, I did ask for a tissue. My nose was running. It's cold. I said, Kenya shady, child. Shady, but the thing is, strangely enough, I'm agreeing with Kenya. I'm like, okay, I'm sick of it. I've gotten to the end of what I can take with Marlo and to feel sorry for me. Okay, Marlo, you're really running in the ground. Now, this is the other thing. Drunk Kenya. We talk about Drunk Kenya. Listen, we all enjoyed Drunk Kenya. We did. I have to say, I've enjoyed Kenya more this season than any season. I used to be fussing when it comes to Kenya. But I have enjoyed Kenya. When she was drunk and carrying on, Kenya was a whole bunch of fun and a whole bunch of fun to watch. So, yeah, I agree when they say Drunk Kenya is the move. Yes, indeed. That's another thing. I wonder how that really makes her feel. That people really enjoy you when you're drunk. Like, you got to be inebriated for people to really enjoy you. Other than that, you kind of get on everybody's nerves pretty much. That's interesting. That's an interesting dynamic. Anyway, then she threw something out there about group dating. And I'm like, Kenya, that ain't nothing but a dangle. Like, she wants you to ask questions. Girl, stop. She threw it out there, and then when they went in the person, she's like, oh, no, I mean it like that. Girl, shut up. That's corny. Same old plays. Sonya, this was pretty cool. Sonya apologized to Kenya about the +1 thing and how she made her feel about saying, this is a group trip, and you do this, that, and the other with your +1s and all of that. Sonya actually said, when I watched it back, Kenya, I saw what you kind of, how you felt that way, and I apologize. I really didn't mean it that way. I thought that was pretty cool that she apologized for that. Then Kenya completely backpedaled with the whole Ross cussing thing. And I'm like, that was listen, it was what it was. Ross blew up. Was it in poor taste? Yeah, quite a bit, yeah. I mean, there's really no way to get around it. I like Ross, okay? I like Ross. Ross is cool, good looking, and all that good stuff. But Ross stepped over the line, and he did. Well, he wasn't cussing at Kenya person. He was cussing at all of y'all. He said, don't, my wife. He was talking to all of y'all. It was what it was. But did they really put 20 on 10? Yes. Are they really scared of Ross? No. Did anybody actually think that Ross was going to violate them? No. Nobody thought that. And at the time, it was something that was used to try to win the argument. And that was it. It was put 20 on 10. Did Ross learn a lesson? I bet he did. Social media was eating him up. So he gets it. And all we could do from here is move on. The guys in the shows, Ross, they don't do that. But he did cuss y'all out. It is what it is. He cussed y'all's ass out. My wife. Your wife, Ross, is going to get that work. She got a peach. They're going to go for her pit. That's just the way it is, babe. You just got to learn to deal with it. And I think he got that. Chalk it up to the game. You got to learn it. Ain't no thing. Moving right along. Kenya, hush up. You were backpedaling. Oh, no. I mean, I thought he was okay, but knock it off. Moving on. Now, this is funny. No one admits to what was written on Candy in that card in that party for Brooklyn. No one. No one. Nobody even got the camera balls to admit to writing that Candy sucks folks off in locker rooms and all this stuff. That was rude. It was rude. And then Sheree, that ain't cute. Previously, well, I mean, she likes sex, and I can imagine she sucks all over the place. I was like, Candy, go on and cuss Sheree on out. If Candy would have went over there and cussed Sheree out, I'd have been completely fine with it. That was kind of low, Sheree. Kind of low. That wasn't no nice. That wasn't cute. Anyway, moving on. But Candy let you make it, so I'm gonna let you make it. But no, I'd have cussed Sheree out. Anyway, Drew. Girl, you literally sat there and told them, and you thought you was really doing something. Then you thought, oh, my turn to talk? I said, here she go. Here she go. I sit right there and said, how long is it going to be before she do something to make us laugh at her? And she did. She admitted that she don't know what gaslighting is. And once she figured it out, she admitted that Ralph does gaslight her. I said, oh. And did you see Candy's face like, you're an idiot. You are an idiot, Drew. At the point that you said you didn't know what gaslighting is, that's cool. That's cool. Because we all say there's no stupid question other than this, the question is not asked. So you didn't know what it was. We gave you what it is. You were never supposed to throw your husband under the bus and say, oh, he do that to me. You lie any old way. You lie about stuff all the time. That was the time to go ahead and lie. If you was going to lie, that was the time. But no, what did you do? You presented us with another punchline. So here you go. You're an idiot. Oh, Drew, you are so toxic. You are so tiresome, girl. Jesus. Moving on. Candy gets to telling them about, pay attention to this, Sheree, how just that quickly she jumped on top of it, the whole bitch, I'm worldwide. And it is now a brand of merch. Just that, bang, said it. The show aired, the people got the kikiing and cackling down to the Twitterverse, and the next thing you know, boom, It's a brand and it's merch. You see how that worked? Yet you still can't she by Sheree. It really, I mean, it's the she by Sheree thing. It's becoming like a line dance. It really is. It's become like this really swanky line dance that the one person who created the song can't do the dance. You can't she by Sheree. I think I might get that started. Be like, girl, what you talk about? Miss Thing, I bet you can't she by Sheree. I bet Sheree can't. We know for a fact, 14 years say, you ain't learned how to she by Sheree yet. It's just ridiculous. Candy showed you this is how it's done. Right here. This is how it's done. But I think half of the problem is you got to spend money in order to make money. And from what we keep seeing, it looked like you don't want to spend none of your money, sis. And I don't think you really care about it anyway. I don't think you really love it. I don't think you believe in it the way we believe in it. And can't nobody give you that. We can't make you believe in it. We believed in the brand. It just says to me that you didn't. So the hell with it. I know how to she by Sheree, but it ain't my stuff. So look, I'm gonna keep on bopping. You girl, catch up if you want, not if you don't, girl. I'm sick of it. Moving on. Moving on. Speaking of she by Sheree. Okay, so tell me why was I like this? Oh, secondhand embarrassment set in. That whole little, first of all, let me talk about the whole thing, this banter between Kenya and Sheree. Is it getting on any of you all's nerves? It seems so ultimately fake. All this. Oh, ain't nothing been said that funny this whole reunion. And y'all is over there just cackling like old hens. Ain't nothing been that funny. Y'all reading each other and girl, y'all know y'all don't even do each other all like that. That is starting to get on my nerves because the fakeness of it is just too much for my system. It is just too much. I'm like, I am about to throw up. But that whole thing with having Martell Holt on the phone, when I tell you how the secondhand embarrassment set in for me, all that whole little thing that went on, see, it already went on in real time. Now we watching it back. And we know that the whole, people thought you and Martell Holt was getting down, and you talk, I cannot confirm nor deny. Then they talk about his peace and his sex. I cannot confirm nor deny. But we all watched it all, and it was like hot for 2 days, and then the next thing, he said, "Girl, Sheree ain't nothing but my friend." So how stupid did that look? That just, I was like, are you embarrassed? I'm embarrassed for you. Because it's like you playing this game like you and this man was getting down, and y'all wasn't getting down. And now, like, everybody know y'all wasn't getting down, and here you are, Kiki and cackling like a little schoolgirl, and it just looked real petty and very sixth grade. The secondhand embarrassment for me, I said, too old. Are you too? And I don't usually say that type of stuff. That you too old for that. That right there, that little thing, the Martell Holt thing. Y'all know who Martell Holt is from Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Child, there was that whole little thing about them two was getting down. They wasn't never getting down, as far as I understand. They wasn't never getting down, and he came forth and said, "We ain't nothing but friends." He didn't even want to play that game long with her. He just shut it on down. I was embarrassed for when that happened, and I'm embarrassed now that it's playing out like this, and you was trying to play it up for the reunion, and nobody was going. Nobody buying that. Anyway, moving on. Sonya and Drew. Listen, for me, I'm not getting ready to go back and forth about that whole thing. When it comes to Sonya and Drew and the friendship, for me, it's a no. And I ain't got nothing more to say about it. It's just ridiculous. No one cares. Y'all don't see eye to eye. You think that you supposed to kiss Ralph's butt and Sonya don't feel like she's supposed to kiss Ross's butt. That's really it. That's all. And we ain't got to go no further. You already admit that the man gaslights you. So when it comes to that, just hush. Moving on. Moving on. Like I said, Marlo and Kenya, I've had it. I've had enough. I've had enough of it. Y'all aren't friends. You know, Marlo, the victim role, it doesn't suit you well. You know, she just uses me up and then she throws me away. Okay, here we go again, playing displaced child. You're a whole grown woman. You allow Kenya to do that to you, and you sitting here telling us that you know she does that to you, then that's your business, girl. We don't want to hear about it. Suffer. Moving on. That I said, where are they going with this? Is your taxes paid? You are a liar. Okay, them two things right there, you doxing her, she calling you a liar overall. Y'all not friends. Y'all don't need to be friends. And how do you even come back from that? Just leave it alone. You doxing her on live TV. I mean, of course, there are things that people can look up, but you don't need your friend pointing folks in the direction. Like that's just y'all, girl, just it is what it is. Just consider yourself what y'all are. Ops. You are each other's ops. Period. Don't come back up here next season talking about y'all trying to make up. And don't you dare sit in this next part of this reunion and try to act like y'all making up. Or baby, I'm going to drag you to in my review because I ain't having it. I ain't going. Y'all done went too low. Doxing and talking about you a liar overall and all. I mean, just the nastiest things that y'all could possibly say about each other. And then y'all sit down for a few hours and then I ain't going. I ain't going at all. And then Andy sitting there going over Marlo's arrest records. I said, girl, they coming for the pit of your peach, honey. Anyway, Sheree and Drew. Here's where I say the secret weapon. Sheree and Drew both had the same secret weapon on each other, which is messy is Anthony. Drew busts out and plays a message of Anthony basically saying that Sheree lied, that he said I may have actually led on or said that stuff about Ralph being gay, but no, I don't believe that Ralph is gay, and that's just Sheree's messy and basically get on out of here. I ain't, whatever. And then Sheree ends up calling him on FaceTime, and he's like, I never said Ralph was gay. Then he goes, well, Drew just needed a storyline for. I said, oh, Lord. So literally what Anthony did, and Anthony's been messy this whole time. Y'all both held on to Anthony like, oh, yeah, Anthony's going to be my bump, honey, my checkmate. And Anthony came down there, baby, and shut it down. Anthony checkmated both of y'all. He embarrassed the both of you all. What he showed you is that Anthony is about Anthony. Anthony is messy, and Anthony don't give a darn about neither one of you. And he embarrassed you both on national television. I said, and look, Andy had enough of Anthony. Andy said, that's it. That's all. Thanks. That's all we needed from you. Andy said, you're not getting not near another piece of advertisement with your messy ass. Andy shut it down. I said, well, thank God, Andy, you finally shaded the right person. Get him on up out of here. Because these two fools ain't had enough sense. The secret weapon. How your secret weapon drag you through the streets? I said, oh my God. And that was actually the best part of the whole thing. Whenever Drew dragged him out on Sheree, he was like, ooh. And then Sheree dragged him out on Drew. He was like, ooh. And then when he got done talking, he was like, ooh. The only winner in that was Anthony. And then here come Andy. Andy put the down on it, honey. So Andy was the winner, period. It was a whole mess and boring. But that little piece was funny. It was funny. You don't have a secret weapon that drags you. Try again. Anyway, That's it for part two. Part two did not knock me out, but you know, and I'm a fan, so I'll be here for the next part. Hopefully, it gets better. Anyway, I'll see y'all then. Later.